Assalamu alaikum students. I'm your English teacher Miss Raazia Babar with the syllabus of class 7th English. Now student, in your English literature we are having two chapters. Number 1 is Light in the Night and number 2 is Black Beauty. And in poems we are having two poems, The Daffodils and Naming of Cats. Students, regarding all those chapters and poems, we might be having a words meaning, question and answer, short question, long question, RTCs, central idea for the poems and the blanks. Now come to the reading of the chapter. Take out your book, page number 8. Chapter name is Light in the Night. London is a major capital city. At night it glows brightly like most modern cities. Before the 700th century, London was much smaller than it is now. On cloudless, moonlit night, people would take advantage of the moonlight and go out to socialize. But night time in the city could be dangerous. You could trip, fall and injure yourself. If you fell in the river, you could drown. You could be attacked or robbed by the criminals who roamed the street. You could easily get lost. If people wanted to go out at night, they would have to carry a burning torch or lamp, or if they were rich enough, pay someone else to carry it. There are many link boys who would, for a small fee, hold a burning torch or lamp ahead of people so that they could see the way through the dark streets. Some of these link boys were dishonest and would rob the people who had employed them and then run off and leave them in the dark. By the early 1700th century, busy cities like London and Paris had street lamp in some areas. In Paris, which had street lamp before London, the first street lamp were actually lit, placed in the window of the houses. Police enforced a law that said every house had to have a lamp burning in the window all night long. If the lamp went out, people would have to get up to relight it or face being fined. Some people started to offer their services as lamp lighter. In return for payment, lamp lighter would put up a lamp outside the house and make sure it was lit. The street lamps the house and make sure it was lit. The street lamp reassured people and made them feel safer. The authorities realized the benefit they brought and took over the installation and maintenance of them. All over Europe, the use of lampposts grew. Page number 9. In the 1700th century, London grew rapidly and became the world center of trade, manufacturing and fashion. Business became important and light were needed to keep the city working and entertaining in the night. By the late 1700th century, London had so many street lamps that visitors to the city were amazed by them. The lamps were fueled by wax oil that gave off an unpleasant smell and often dripped. Many people were employed as lamplighter because each lamp had to be lit by hand every evening. One German tourist visiting London in the 1700th century wrote in his diary, as it was quite dark when I came back the first evening, I was astonished at the admirable manner in which the streets are lighted up. The bright lamps make the city seem exciting and lively. The lamps are so much near each other that even on the most ordinary and common night, the city has the appearance of a festive illumination. The lamplighter quickly became an important and valued part of society. This was because they often became a key figure in their communities. They would walk the same route twice a day, and as they checked, clean, fix it, or put out the lights, they would notice what was going on around them. Many lamplighters helped to make their routes safer. Their job required energy, strength, agility, and reliability. They had to keep the light clean, make sure the wick were trimmed to the right length, light tens of lamp in the evening, and put them all out again in the morning. Many lamplighters were pleased to be guardian in their communities, and often the job would be passed on from parent to child. The lampposts of London were designed with a bar sticking out of on either side at the top, so the lamplighter could safely rest his ladder on them. Lamplighter moved quickly, carrying their ladder and going up and down it hundreds of times a day. The lampposts were decorated with the royal crest and were looked after carefully by the lamplighters. When gas lamps started to be used from 1805 onwards, they changed the work of the lamplighter. The gas lamps were much quicker to light and didn't require lots of work like the oil lamps, such as changing the smelly oil and replacing trimming wicks. Some of the lamplighters felt their job wasn't the same anymore. Charles Dickens captured this feeling in the story The Lamplighter, when one character talked about the change from oil to gas lamp. I foresee in the breaking of our profession there is no more going the ground to trim by daylight, no more dribbling down to the oil on the hat and the bonnet of ladies and gentlemen when one feel in spirit. Any low fellow can light a gas lamp. Gas lamps were better than oil lamp in many ways, although a big issue was that every now and again one would blow up. Over time, lamps replaced oil lamps. Later, with the invention of electricity, gas lamps were replaced by the electric lamp, which now dominate modern street. Today, there are still 1500 gas lamps in London. Five people are employed to operate them. They light them every evening and put them out every morning. These lights are carefully looked after because they are part of city history. Kingston Palace Garden is the name of a long avenue in London. It is lined with grand or old building, and it is entirely by gas lamp. There you can imagine what it would have been like in London during that time of Charles Dickens. Now student, this is the reading of the chapter. Okay, go through the reading. In the next lecture, I will explain you the whole chapter with the words and meaning. Okay student, class 7, stay blessed and stay healthy. Allah Hafiz.